Depending how I hold my head here, I look like Alfalfa from Little Rascals, which is one of the greatest movies ever. If you haven't yet seen it, you should definitely drop everything for the weekend and put Little Rascals on. Here is how to accomplish your Night to Remember DBQ. Now, DBQ stands for Document Based Question. Woo! There we go. Now, your document based question is basically just questions about a document. All I've done there was change the order of the D and the B and the Q. Woo! Now, as we are going through, you're going to use this graphic organizer to accomplish your DBQ. Woo! With leisure and culture at the turn of the century. And we're looking around the 1900s, 1910s here. We're going to use this to tie in some more understanding about what was going on, both in New York, both with Lena, as well as here in Minnesota. We're just going to have to swap out Coney Island because that was very specific to New York. With more and more teenagers entering the workforce as part of the family economy and earning wages, opportunities and ideas about recreation grew. Like Lena, many young immigrant women would have discovered new forms of entertainment, including the Yiddish theater, the moving pictures, dance halls, and Coney Island. I bet you can imagine what moving pictures have turned into today. These new forms of entertainment challenged traditional notions of behavior for both young men and women and created opportunities for them to mix in public spaces. After reading to or listening to, and you can click this link in order to be able to listen to the sources, complete the organizer below with a perspective of either a teenager or an adult. You will find that they may overlap. However, an adult's perspective of what might be fun is often different from a teenager's. No surprises there. So you'll see that there's some 1, 2, 3, and 4. And over here, if we look, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So my 1 corresponds with my source 1. My 2 corresponds with source 2. And when I'm over here working on that DBQ, woo, we're going to go off and make sure that we're super set with where we're going. So my 1s and my 1s. As we are checking out the Dance Madness part, you're going to see that we have our full ability here to look at the text, read the text, figure out what's going on with that. So as I read the text, what information does it provide about dance halls? So here I'm going to then go back into this text and I'm going to see what's going on about dance halls. I'm going to read, or you can be able to listen to whatever you would like. Number 2, what does it motivate the immigrant to visit? What would motivate an immigrant to visit a dance hall? Why would someone go to a dance hall? And thankfully, from that text source, there gives some ideas as to what teenagers might be going for and why you would go to a dance hall. Number 3, how does this document, oh, we're close. If only it had said document-based question. Woo! How does this document help you to understand Lena's experience in America? So, reading about the dance halls, or what's going on there, why would Lena go? That was question 2. And then understanding why Lena would go helps to understand the whole immigrant experience. Source 2, moving pictures. Look at the image. What can you learn about who was going to the moving pictures from this image? So for this question, for source 2, all I'm doing is I'm looking at this image. What does it tell me? So I might want to go through and examine clothing, maybe posture, maybe looking at what I think their income could be based on their items held or decorated. Now reading the account of the pictures, what does it provide? What did I learn? That's number 2. Number 3, dancing in the sand. This is a postcard. What does it tell me about Coney Island? So now number 3 is here, dancing in the sand. So I know if I was to flip this over, it would be a spot for me to write something. where I could then send it to somebody that I care about. Based on the postcard, how would I describe Coney Island? So I'm going to come up with some adjectives. What would I write down? And then use the box below to write what might be on the back of the postcard. Imagine it as a postcard sent by Lena to her friends. Oh, dearie dear. That's going to be recorrected to her friends. Back in Minsk. Now we know Lena was from Russia. Back in Minsk. Be sure to inform your recipient about what you learned and what you know and your experience on Coney Island. You can add in information from the simulation. Some of you, filling up the coffee, were able to go to Coney Island in your simulation. Some of you were invited and said no, and some of you never got invited. So I'd type my writing right here, or I'd write it. Yiddish theater. Who would attend the Yiddish theater? What account by Hutchins Hapgood does it tell me about? So my Yiddish theater source is here. So this is Hutchins Hapgood. He wrote about this. What does it teach me? Number 2, examine the lyrics. What can be learned about the play based on the lyrics and the text? And then 3, what would motivate a young immigrant, especially a young woman, to go see the play Chench in America? Something kind of cool with this one is you are able to go right here, and you can click and you can hear the song that is being written and typed out. So that's the walk through the questions. Be welcome to refer to this video again and again, and also be welcome to refer to the moving picture, Little Rascals. Well worth your time.